The Tomahawk missile, a weapon that could let Ukraine hit Moscow itself, and a weapon that has now become the center of one of the biggest standoffs between Washington and Moscow. This week, reports say that the Trump administration is backing away from sending the Tomahawk cruise missiles to Ukraine. Putin dismissed them as no big deal. Medvedev rattled his nuclear saber. And in a surprising twist, Republican Congresswoman Anna Paulina Luna said it's time to restore relations with Russia. So is this Trump chickening out or smart move to avoid disaster? Let's break it down. Hello and welcome back to the TFI Global. First, what is this fuss about? Ukraine has been begging for the Tomahawk land attack missiles, the TLAMs, for months. These subsonic cruise missiles hug the terrain, slip past air defenses, and strike targets with pinpoint GPS accuracy. They have been America's go-to strike weapon since the Gulf War. With a range of over 1,000 miles, Tomahawks would give Ukraine something it doesn't have now: the ability to hit deep inside Russia. Airfields, command centers, supply hubs in Crimea, and even Moscow. Zelensky made his pitch directly to Trump at the UN in September. Vice President J.D. Vance confirmed the request was under review, and for a moment it looked like America was ready to hand Ukraine a game-changing weapon. But then reality hit. Logistics, stockpiles, and politics. Number 1. Ukraine doesn't have the right launch systems. Its old Soviet Su-24 bombers would need massive upgrades. Building ground launchers? That would take months. Number 2. America's cupboards are bare. Tomahawks have been burned through in Middle East operations, Yemen strikes, and counter-Houthi missions. The Pentagon simply doesn't have enough to spare. And number 3. Politics. Sending Tomahawks means US fingerprints on every strike, because these missiles don't just fly themselves. They rely on American GPS, American intelligence, and possibly even American data. So Trump's team cooled off fast. Then came Vladimir Putin. On October 3, at Kremlin's Teachers' Day event, he brushed off the Tomahawk threat. He said they would not have a significant impact on the battlefield. But in the same breath, he warned that sending them would be a new stage of escalation, one that could shatter US-Russia ties. It was classic Putin: Project Strength, belittle the weapon, but leave a sharp warning hanging in the air. He even called Trump a strong leader who understands real politics. Translation? Flattery mixed with intimidation. If Putin was the velvet glove, Dmitry Medvedev was the iron fist. On September 29, he raged on Telegram: if Ukraine gets Tomahawks, who pulls the trigger? Kiev or Washington? He warned Europe, you cannot afford a war with Russia. And then came the nuke card. Medvedev hinted that if NATO meddled further, Moscow's weapons of mass destruction were on the table. He followed up with a video rant calling the West a paper tiger and promising adequate countermeasures. Analysts call it Russia's escalate to a de-escalate strategy. Threaten something catastrophic, like a nuclear war, to scare the other side into pulling back. Which brings us back to Trump. When he returned to the White House in January, he promised peace through strength. He mocked Putin as a gambler. He said Ukraine could win back every inch with the right tools. And after meeting Zelensky at the UN, he teased big arms package. But when it comes to Tomahawks, he has blinked. By October 2, Pentagon officials were saying it was unlikely. The risks? Russian retaliation, energy prices spiking, and a possible clash that America simply cannot afford. Critics inside his own party are furious. One GOP strategist told Politico, this time Trump has chickened out. But Trump's team insists this is restraint, not weakness. Instead of Tomahawks, the US is quietly boosting intelligence sharing, helping Ukraine target Russian energy infrastructure with drones and ATACMS missiles. But then a curveball from Congress. On October 3, Anna Paulina Luna tweeted, there is no reason why we can't be great trade partners with Russia. Yes, you heard that right. While most Republicans are demanding toughness, Luna called for restoring US-Russia relations. She argued sanctions are working, and America could actually benefit from Russia's uranium and energy exports. Her stance drew fire from Ukrainian supporters, but it tapped into a growing mood among GOP voters, nearly 40% of whom now want neutrality in the war. For Putin, that's music to his ears. So what does this all mean? For Ukraine, it's another setback. No Tomahawks means relying on drones, storm shadows, and whatever Europe can spare. Zelensky may now press Germany for the Taurus missiles or France for the scalps. For Russia, it's a win. Putin gets to say, the West blinked. Medvedev gets to stoke fear. and Russian social media will flood with hashtags like Tomahawk bluff. For the US, it's a reminder of limits. Yes, Washington wants Ukraine to hold the line, but not at the cost of a direct US Russia war. Trump has chosen caution. His critics call it weakness, his allies call it wisdom. In the end, the Tomahawk saga shows us just how fragile this balance is. One missile system, one decision, and suddenly the world is debating nuclear escalation, sanctions, trade, and the future of US Russia relations. Putin says cool heads prevail, but for soldiers in Ukraine's trenches, there is no calm. This time, Trump has held back. But in this war, every weapon is a wild card, and every hesitation sends a message. So, did Trump chicken out, or did he save the world from a bigger disaster? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dive analysis on geopolitics. Thanks for watching.